Shirley Christian. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she used to serve on the board with me years ago. Yeah, and also we served.
Can I call this meeting to order at, what time is it? 7 p.m., May 17th, 2021. Rudy Rippa, would you like to do the pledge? Trustee?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're gonna do public comment now.
Roll call.
Oh, sorry, roll call.
Let's see, trustee LaFreda. Here. Trustee Kirby.
Here.
Trustee Repa.
Here.
Trustee Dobrow.
Here.
Supervisor Bowman.
Here.
Also in attendance, Assessor Ditton, legal counsel, Megan Mack.
Bob Kula.
He's just a resident now.
Yeah, but oh.
And approximately 8 members of the public.
So now we're going to do public comment. Pursuant to rules adopted by public comment shall be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Do we have any public comments tonight? And if so, please state your name and what town you're from. Do you want to use the microphone or you want to just speak?
It'll pick it up over there. We found that out earlier.
Okay.
I have it's a simple question. Avon Township transportation bus. Staff during COVID, when, I say when, definitely gonna get the return. We need this transportation. When will this be starting again?
That is a good question. Do we have a date?
We'd like to know. Many people that, well, I did,
Yeah, we're going to have to get back to you on that one.
I'm Andy Steele. I don't know how it works. But we get back on the road.
Yeah, before you leave, me and you will exchange information and I'll be able to give you some information with the follow-up. And if there's any other questions or add-on, just let me know and I'll be able to add that to it.
Public church, I mean, there is, there's really no Chicago transit bus on the corner, you know, I mean, we need additional transportation here. Not everyone can drive, not everyone is able to drive. We need some better transportation in the Avon Township area.
That sounds good. I will to use a dial ride.
But it's also a big, you know, there needs to be a little more variety, there needs to be some choices.
So we'll definitely exchange numbers at the end. No problem. Does anybody else have any public comments at all?
I'd like to reserve my comments for items 5C.
Okay. Anybody else? No? Okay. Can we go on to reports? Does anyone have any can I have a motion to approve the reports?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Trustee Repa and Trustee Kirby. I'm used to saying their first name, so I have to get out of that bad habit. Are there any board members that have any additional comments outside the written report submitted to the clerk? For me, today is my very first day taking office, so I really didn't want to put anything until I was in office. And it's been a good experience today, meeting with the employees, just kind of watching how everything works in the office, planning our first board meeting. A lot of today is first. I'm looking forward to learning even more about the transit system, learning more about how I, as a supervisor, can serve the community. But I need people to be able to talk with me. I plan on doing public meetings. You know, I said I'll come to you. I have one coming up next month with another association. So I need feedback. I need to learn, and then I could take that information and I'm able to bring it to the board or it might be something that one of our board members is more qualified to deal with. And then I could get them in contact with that person. So today is a day of firsts, but it's a great day. I really believe I have a strong board. We have a good work ethics, and I'm looking forward to people to continually coming to our meetings, holding us accountable, but also supporting us with anything that we may need to make our community stronger. Anybody else?
You have my report, but a brief note before we begin for the public. We received a note from the Attorney General regarding OMA compliance. Because their website is down, they are waiving the electronic training for statutory time periods. I will be providing everybody with materials from Ansel Blake that they presented at TOI. So you have a crash course on OMA to try and comply as best you can until we can do the formal training and get that signed off on.
Did they mention why they're down?
They did.
Anybody else have anything they would like to add to their written reports?
I wanted to just highlight to the trustees, there is in your packet, the Erie Family Health Center report. The Erie Family Health Center is services to the community. They're stationed in Waukegan, but they serve all of Waukegan. They give an annual report. This is the first time I've ever received a copy, and I thought it was important to transfer that over to the trustees. So give it a read so you can see what kind of services are available in the county. As you learn about, that is services is our main thrust of this, and so you see what other kind of agencies support the county. So give it a read, please.
Thank you. Anybody else? If not, can I have a motion to accept the report as presented?
We have a motion from Trustee Repa, second by Trustee Kirby. Voice
Oh,
vote.
okay. So all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Any opposed? Motion
Nope.
carries.
Okay, unfinished business. Pat Dewey, who used to be a trustee for us, was not able to make it today. And so I've asked Bob to give us kind of an update of what's going on with the flood mitigation grant.
So that was, the grant was originally for another use for, I think, for a building to store equipment in for the other villages and other municipalities. That's the emergency, so we get everything done here. After some discussions that the investor, and then I have another building, everybody, there's already IPW man, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but there's just another group that everybody has access to each other's equipment in need. So the idea of using money for purchasing equipment just to have on our own for ourselves. I was able to get that grant to change to that, so where it's at right now is that there's about $50,000, I believe, to spend. That was I have a list of items. We're working on that together as far as generators, pumps, things of that nature to have on stock. So when there's next time there's a flood, we have this equipment that we can hold out to the residents.
Thank you,
That's
Bob.
where it stands right now.
Now, and I talked to the trustees, and Trustee Repa is willing to work with Bob, with you and Pat to make sure this grant is fulfilled.
There is another deadline.
Yes.
So
End of June.
that's already been extended. So there's things going to.
Let's get it going.
So can I have a motion to authorize Trustee Repa to oversee the flood mitigation grant spending?
So,
Is there a second?
Seconded.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Bob, do you want to give your presentation on small municipal?
For right now.
Okay, perfect.
I'll get back to that.
Sounds good. New business, approval of minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from April 22nd, 2021?
I'll move to approve minutes for April 22nd for the budget hearing minutes and also April 22nd special meeting minutes. These were minutes that I did send to the past board because the past board read it. And I did ask them for their input on those minutes because just reading the least. So, and they have given me their approval of those minutes. I wanted to do that so we made sure that they were accurate so that we could go out with assuredness. So the minutes stand in your packet for April 22nd budget hearing minutes and April 22nd special meeting minutes. So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion?
Just a point of clarification, did we miss a report on the agenda
We're coming back to
Gotcha.
Bob's, yes.
for the assessor?
He didn't ask.
Okay, sorry,
Saying
apologies.
Yeah, as long as they write a written report, then it's acceptable. So all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes? Okay,
Motion carries.
motion carries? Okay. Now, number 2, approval of monthly bills. I need a motion to approve payment for prepaid bills in the amount of $85,862.11.
Motion.
Yes, do we have a second?
Second.
So trustee Repa and trustee Lafredo. We have any discussions on the prepaid bills? Okay, take a roll call. Oh, yes, you want to take the roll call?
Great. Trustee Dobro.
Aye.
Trustee Repa.
Aye.
Trustee Kirby.
aye.
Trustee Lafredo. Supervisor Bowman.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, next one, B, a motion to authorize payment of outstanding bills in the amount of $60,109.77.
I would move to approve the outstanding bills with the exception of the West Trident bill for $6,360. I'd like that one taken out for discussion. And Terry Wilkie's weed sprayer for the amount of $506. I'd like that one pulled for further discussion. Otherwise, I would pull
So do we have a second?
Second.
Do we have discussion?
Yes, I had discussion. Just for edification, board, I did do some checking on the Waukegan Safe and Lock invoice. That was for $585, I believe. That was for relocking the garage that was done in April. The reason why it was rekeyed, and that didn't indicate what it costs to rekey something. But it was the 2 locks were replaced because they felt that there were keys out there that they were getting back, and so they wanted to make sure the information was safe, anything in the garage was safe. And so that's why they rekeyed that. The second, so I just thought I'd let you know that. The second one is the write-in bill. The write-in bill was one came out of GA funding. And that is for the placards that people can get for handicap parking. And so I asked about that question because it was, first of all, it was a little high amount, I thought. And what happened is they had a golden opportunity. There was a sale, and they could actually purchase up to 2 years under the sale. And this is one of the services that the township runs where people can come in and get handicap parking. And it's a service that we operated, so we need to have those. And if you give them, they don't go bad, so it doesn't matter that they want to. So just so you know about that came out of GA because those are, we don't collect money for them, so it is legitimate expenditure on the GA.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
Thank you for clarifying the Waukegan Safe.
Can we take a roll call?
To confirm the motion on the table, we have a motion to approve prepaid bills in the amount of $60,109.77, less item A1677 in the amount of $66.05 even, less item reimbursement 042621 in the amount of $506. Motion by Kirby, second by Repa. Roll call. Trustee LaFredo.
Aye.
Trustee Repa.
Aye.
Supervisor Bauman.
Aye.
Trustee Kirby.
Aye.
Trustee Dobra.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Number 3, annual town hall meeting. Can I have a motion to set the date and agenda for the annual town hall meeting as presented?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Jeannie, do you want to update everybody? Only because Jeannie used to be the clerk, so she has a lot of knowledge.
We called the town hall meeting because of COVID. We had to cancel many town hall meetings. But we held a town hall meeting because things had loosened up and rented the civic center in order to run. And we had some misinformation about a quorum number. So we canceled it because we didn't have what we understood was the quorum for that meeting. That was wrong information. I'm really sorry because we could have had it and done it. But because of that, we canceled it. We want to make sure that we have the annual town hall meeting. So we talked to current clerk, Clerk Larson, and she's recommending we do on the 8th, which is in coordination with our regular meeting. So it works out very well. And so that's the history. Huh?
Jeannie,
June. You need to have 15 days notice at least.
Which is what day of the week?
Pardon?
What day of the week?
It's a Tuesday. It coincides with our regular general meeting of the month.
This is the correct day for town hall.
Correct.
and then you could stay for another board meeting,
That's right.
which I hope people do. Any more discussion on the annual town hall meeting?
Well, just so you know, it's exactly the same agenda that was established before.
Sounds good. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's like a roll call.
We could do that all day long.
Well, somebody could say no.
Training wheels out for a little bit longer, I think.
Number 4, the POW MIA flag in honor of Memorial Day. I'm going to have Clerk Larson take the next few, actually.
So in the past, under prior administrations, we had flown the flag during Memorial Day appropriately at half staff until noon, and then raised it in full. But something that's been missing and is actually recommended or required by the Department of Defense is that the POW MIA flag be flown on specific holidays, including Memorial Day. So this is just a routine motion to direct Avon Township to begin flying that flag on Memorial Day and then on other appropriate holidays as well, I hope.
Sounds good.
You've all received a copy of some of those guidelines from the DoD expressing how that works.
So can I have a motion directing the Avon Township to fly the POW MIA flag on Memorial Day?
I motion.
We have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. The next one, diversity and inclusion calendar, that would be Clerk Larson again.
I believe there is comment on this, or were you holding that till item B? C, sorry, too many. Thank you.
That's all right.
So Lake County has done an extensive amount of work to adopt a diversity and inclusion calendar that celebrates different groups throughout Lake County that are represented, such as Blacks, Hispanics, the LGBT community, Native Americans, Asian Americans, and Pacific Islanders, and a number of other events where they've gone through and done a lot of vetting to say these are approved holidays either at a federal or a state level. This resolution is simply to for Avon Township to adopt that diversity and inclusion calendar as its own, rely on the work they've already done through the county to be able to celebrate those ourselves as well And in recognition of the diverse community that we have throughout all of our different areas.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve resolution?
Just a question, and this is also these same dates, we have the information from this are also approved at the state.
Correct.
Yeah, she had a calendar that she gave us. We have any other discussion, questions?
I motion to accept.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Trustee LaFredo. Trustee Kirby.
Aye.
Trustee Repa.
Aye.
Trustee Dobro.
Aye.
Supervisor Bowman.
Aye. Vote passes. Okay, now we're gonna go on to Juneteenth flag. Why does that sound weird? That'd be you again.
It would be me again. So as we came through that diversity and inclusion calendar, next month is a celebration both of Juneteenth. For those who don't know, that is when the Union soldiers marched into Galveston, Texas, and essentially eliminated slavery within the United States. It's a celebration of our Black community's liberation from slavery. It's something that's recognized both at a federal and a state level. The county has also done that. I've received a number of comments from the public in support of doing this. So before you, you'll have a motion, or you'll have a resolution to approve flying the Juneteenth flag over the course of the weekend of June 18th through 21st.
Can I have a motion to approve resolution 21 RS 004?
Motion.
I have a question, or, well, do the motion, I'll second.
I rescind my motion.
It's not, I'm okay with the motion, I've already talked to Crystal about this. I'd rather not have us do the resolution number in the motion, so that if we perhaps change how we do the resolution numbers, we can just change versus having to go back and. So if you just make the motion to approve the resolution authorizing the display of the Juneteenth flag of Avon Township and Raleigh Park, or I'll make that motion since you said.
Right. Clerk Larson, do you have that?
Yes.
I'll second. Any more discussion? Are you ready for a roll call?
Yep, roll call. Trustee Dobro.
Aye.
Trustee Repa.
Aye.
Trustee LaFredo. Supervisor Bowman.
Aye.
Clerk Kirby.
Aye.
Motion carries.
C. Travis, you want to public comment?
My name is Travis Haley. I reside over in the village of Grace Lake. I just want to say here, this particular item coming up, this is a great occasion for an openly gay man. This shows that our community is open to diversity, pride flag being displayed for the week coming up, or especially when we have the pride parade that's coming up between Grace Lake and Von Lake Park. We're part of that route will be coming here in front of the building. It's a great sign that this is happening, and I hope that the other municipalities will be joining along as well.
Thank
Thank you.
you. So C, LGBTQ pride flag, that would be Crystal.
I believe that our public member Travis summed that up very well. On June 20th, we will have a pride drive that will be coming right past the building. Be a great way to support that community.
Okay, great. How do we want to write this motion?
I just moved to approve the resolution to do the LGBTQ pride display.
Do we have a second?
Second.
And when she's ready, we'll take a roll call.
Trustee Kirby.
Aye.
Trustee Dobro.
Aye.
Trustee Repa.
Aye.
Trustee LaFredo. Trustee Bauman.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, now for number 6, can I have a motion to go into closed session to discuss compensation of a Pacific employee and to discuss pending mitigation?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Second by Repa. Thank you.
So at this point, we are going to go.
Roll call.
Oh, sorry, roll call.
Oh, forget random. Trustee LaFredo. Trustee Kirby,
Yes.
trustee Repa,
Yes.
trustee Dobro, supervisor Bowman.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are in executive session. At this time, we will be pausing the Zoom recording. And will it be easier for us to shuffle out,
I think so.
or is the back room still, the back room still in use too, isn't it?
What's in the back, what's in the back room?
Conference room in the office,
No, that's open.
that's open,
Are you sure?
was just a while ago.
Okay.
Are you guys leaving? So before you go, can I get all your information? I'm gonna have you just.
There's no sound on your Zoom meeting.
Oh, that's a good question. You approve the position, do we have to have a motion to approve the person?
No, it's a hiring decision.
Okay, the lawyer said, okay. so go
Congratulations,
ahead. Congratulations.
Bob Kula. Yay!
Yay.
You didn't know that you were hired. Sure.
MS4 is municipal separate water sewer system. Because we deposit our water, our small water to other public bodies. Watersheds, lakes, this property. They develop a program. Some of the things that we need to do are handle the county. We, for the most part, we have water quality testing done throughout the year. We also do that. All that is coming to a head is June 1st. First, that report to the EPA for the approval. That happens, get a permit that'll be in June. That happens. I'll get to the- That'll help us with that. That's something like that we'll also talk about down the road. Yes. That's how we
Just a question, so the we and Avon Township, is that referencing the unincorporated areas or?
So when you say, well, when I'm talking about our water,
Or the actual Avon Township property?
well, there are outflows that are inspected from the wall that are not, but they still are receiving our water. They still have to be inspected. It's part of our.
So most of this pertains to the incorporated villages.
It can, yeah, some of it can, yes. But we're talking about, we have a separate system in close to creek. We don't all the different areas, they all have like received some of our water. So, all those different outfalls of that water ends up as we test it.
So you're the only one that has the water, or you just
I think everybody does one.
so this is just our
If
part.
it's just our policy, if you are, you have an outflow of water.
So I think that's question. So
This
now we also have to do this.
The permit, and then another part of that MS4 is the housekeeping. So on our end, salt storage. Guys, load trucks before the truck go back on the road and then it's back in on the road. Because it's snowing, it's sleeting, and you don't want that snow. The other, some other way to define, gas, when I first started there, we were. So those are now down. We change oil in the trucks, the guys ain't going to put it right back out. it for now, but when you see.
How long is the process from the beginning of this testing for everybody to?
So it's a whole year. It goes on throughout the year. Our guys do, guys check, especially alcohol. We're out there. Ordering. Especially alcohol afterwards. Make sure there's nothing, no contaminants in them. Or just-
And what happens if there is?
So if there is, we have. So we did it a couple of years ago. We had,
Kind of remember that.
remember that?
Kind of, yeah.
It got into our storm system, thankfully, very dry time of year. We had no rain. Okay. We just do that, we reported it, reported to the county. And facts, got right in fact that we out of this place, all downstream, and inspected it very bad.
Thank you. Mr. Doobie?
I see my name on here, so I want to ask, did you guys table unfinished business?
We had Bob talk a little bit about it, but if you, I would love you to add anything else that you want to.
I just had some issues with the.
Would you please have him step to the microphone? We can't hear the audience at all.
Thank
We'll
you.
try.
We're learning as we go.
Okay, so what was
So we're at the point, as I explained earlier, we're at the point where Pat is kind of narrowed down a list of the items that we thought were in the best interest of the residents in the event of a flood or some other natural disaster. And Pat only at the point where we needed to get a couple of board members are going to get on board, and so we can get that stuff.
okay? So I guess the rest of the update I would have is that we, since the last term was ending, and I wanted to make sure that that project didn't end, I reached out to the Secretary of State's office, and they did mention that it would be okay to do another extension for the time frame. And I made a request for a 3-month extension, and they granted a 6-month extension. So hopefully we won't need that amount of time to close it out, but we have a little extra time if needed. So that I thought was good news. The stuff, Bob mentioned most of that here. The other thing was I had one meeting with one of the supervisors actually at the local Home Depot in Round Lake Beach, who told me that he was willing to try to get items at cost and possibly with a savings of 10 to 20%, so that if we did get it, they would be able to get about 20% more items for the same amount of money. So we can still try to find some things at other local venues, but if decide to go that route, I was running it, now it's to the board. So like I said, I'm very happy to stay and help the board close this out for that project. If you have a committee for that, or if you have a way you'd like my input, I'd be happy to help close that out. But anyway, so we're at the point of making the purchases, kind of negotiating the prices and transportation to storage, and then putting together basically a booklet that just has all of the information of all of the things that the office, the office manager, caseworker would be able to use as far as when citizens are calling up and talking about what they need. So the original intention was to have generators for emergency equipment. So if we had a flood and we had a power loss, things like that. If we had a flood, we'd have the ability to have fans and like pumps, like could act like a sump pump, dehumidifiers. And if we had power loss, that if someone had a defibrillator or someone had, breathing equipment, different kinds of equipment that would need power, that would have that available. And so the original intention was to have people call the township and register that ahead. So in the case of an emergency, we'd already know which citizens would need that. So there's a little bit of documentation that's going to go along with that just to show what equipment we have and people could pre-register that. So yeah, the update, which I believe was included in the packet,
Yes.
was that extension from the Secretary of State, which I was calling the flood mitigation grant. But that was at $52,100. And it looked like we would be able to get some extra bang for that money based on some of the negotiations. So if you'd like my help, I'm happy to help try to close that out. And I do apologize that it didn't get finished at the end of the last term, but I think that would be a big benefit for the township.
Pat, we appreciate it.
I think we actually already said Ruby was gonna help.
Yes.
I just
we're-
want to say, first off, thank you so much for what you've done already to get to this point. I'm going to be taking point on this, and I look forward to working with you and Bob, and even Jeff possibly too, to make sure that this program works. Even tonight, you filled me in a lot on this, and I think this is a great program. I look forward to making sure that this grant gets executed, and that is overseen to completion.
Great. Why don't, before I leave tonight, I'll give you one of my cards so we can touch base offline and any other information you need to get over to you.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for volunteering and trying to do that because it's been a lot of work to try to pull it together. So great.
They have some incredible skills. You're
Yeah.
very impressed.
Yeah, they really do. Really? Sure.
Does the Army Corps of Engineers get involved with providing additional things, and is it that necessarily they have time and discuss what you're doing?
No.
No.
That's my knowledge.
Any other public comments? Okay, let's move on to members' remarks. I'm actually going to go first. I am really impressed with our first meeting because, I mean, it's been given me an opportunity for the first time to work with, you know, the slate that I ran with. We got to know each other. I am in awe with some of their experience, even though they are really young. They have a lot of knowledge that our township needs. They have a lot of knowledge, and that's going to be able to make us a strong, you know, township. And again, I'm going to be, you know, leaning on some of these people because everyone here has something that they could offer or a skill that they're more qualified for than I am, or Rudy is, or you know, however it is. So throughout, you know, these years, we're going to get to know each other. We're going to be able to meet other community members that are going to be able to join our causes, things that we need support with. Like Pat, I'm so glad that you're staying on. Pat used to be a trustee for us, but he's going to make sure that we're able to carry on with the last board. And that's really important to me. You know, I'm leaving here tonight. Yeah, we had a few moments of, you know, I'm still learning how this parliament situation. But overall, I think it was a very successful meeting, and I'm just so impressed with everybody on this board. Well, for our first meeting, just kidding. Any other remarks from members of the board? Going once? Oh,
I just want to thank the members on Zoom, the few of you that are there, for bearing with us on some technical issues. We appreciate you being patient. Thank you for so many of you coming out and being compliant with the mask rules as well. I know the CDC has eased some guidance, but until IDPH decides they want to follow suit, I really appreciate you all doing that as well. Thank you.
anybody else? If not, we have a motion to adjourn.
So. 8:39.
You've been waiting for that.
What was that voice of it?
My left.
I love it. That's awesome.
I'll second that.
I second.
And I encourage everyone to come back next month and keep following us. And if you can't make it, to follow us
For the
on.
meetings on Monday.
No, this was a
Michelle,
special
are we
meeting.
adjourned?
We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. This was a
Thank
special
you.
meeting because we had to figure out the highway department because his